Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 Pro Bots cast. You guys commented more bots, so here we are on the map Royal Blood. Of course, the AI edition. And we've got ourselves a Terran versus Protoss with two bots I have never commentated before. Which always means we're going to be in for some unique games, potentially some ugly games, but good games nonetheless to watch. And so here we have in the top right, it's Raiden P-Bot, which I can only imagine stands for Raiden Protoss Bot. And then we have a Roro in the bottom left. So a lot of R's. I wish I could roll my R's, but I cannot. Otherwise casting this would be a lot more fun. We have got a cannon rush starting for the Raiden Protoss Bot. I do love to see that, just based on the fact that it's not really diving deep with the cannons. It's just building the low ground pylon for starters. And I'm a big fan of those rushes, just like the cannon contains, the bunker contains. It's very difficult for bots to deal with those, so we'll see if he's just going to drop a cannon somewhere on the low ground and just leave it at that, or whether it'll keep on going or what. Looks like it's just, yeah, going to patrol on that ramp there. So a nice contain for starters by this bot. However, I do believe that that pylon will be vulnerable from the high ground if nothing else happens, so we'll have to see if that can get cleaned up with ease or not. So, a good test for Roro here. And, ladies and gentlemen, before we get too far into this match, make sure to slap that like button for the continuing on of the ProBots series. Subscribe if you ain't, hit that bell icon, join the Discord. Consider becoming a YouTube member if you want to support this content directly. So we see this Marine, yeah, using the high ground, shooting the probe, that this bot controlling that much better than I, but oh, the Marine elects to chase the probe. The probe gets away. I'm not sure where it was going. Oh, it actually is just going to run away, re-rally to the top of that ramp. That is so simple. It's so effective. I wonder if that's like an intentionally programmed dynamic, or what exactly this little probe's up to. But so far, so good. Yeah, he just grabs some minerals and goes back to the ramp. Oh man, it's always such a pleasure trying to think of how the programmer approaches these sorts of things. Now, it looks like the Marine is working away on this probe, but it's going to be the same thing. The Marine gets baited out, engages the cannon, and since it's Protoss, those are just going to regain shields, so this could potentially go on forever until there's like a factory unit out. Another Marine going down the ramp. This one is already there. It is going to head on down, runs right into the cannon. Yeah, this is why this strategy is so strong for Raiden, who behind this is getting up the gateway, getting up the Cybercore, the Nexus. All the while Roro is stuck on one base. That Marine engages the probe. Two Marines out this time, thanks to two barracks, but there we go, runs into the cannon, so a bit ugly. That one tries to micro back, gonna die nonetheless. Hard times ahead for Roro bot. SCV looking to go down that ramp. It looks like it may have identified that that's actually a hazard and elects to not send the SCV down. That's some very intelligent behavior there. You have to imagine that that's to build a command center, or maybe it's just rallying new SCVs there as it hits saturation, just until that position is secured. No factory unit has been produced just yet, but oh my god, it's actually going to be a Thor. What a build, what a bot. Okay, I'm all of a sudden like, all right, you know, it kills a cannon, a Thor, that works pretty good. So Roro going for a very beefy unit. Now all those Marines that it's been producing and running to their death makes even more sense, because Marines back up a Thor very well due to this sort of mineral gas dynamic when you're doing this off of one base. Now those two Marines are going to go down the ramp again. They're going to die again, but that Thor is going to be out soon, so I'm very excited. While this is going on, however, though, there is a Robo and a Stargate for Raiden, so that sets Protoss up pretty good to deal with a Thor. The Void Ray's on the way. Observer's on the way, but there can always be an Immortal after that. The Protoss bot is just macroing up hard, going for a third Nexus. That could potentially leave it vulnerable, though, to this Thor that's now going to cross the map. That Thor changes mode, so it will be better at dealing with the Void Ray as well. That pesky probe wanted to build another cannon, but the contain is successfully broken. So congrats for Roro for not being stuck in a death loop. We've now got another Thor on the way, and this one is barreling across the map. We'll see how well this Thor is going to do. Microed with the Medivac. In theory, it shouldn't really die. But then again, it's up against a Void Ray. So Raiden being very greedy against this one base Terran. Thor working away on that pylon. Is there a defense mechanic? There it is for Raiden. Gonna pull the Void Ray, and one Thor beats one Void Ray with this mode. No prismatic alignment being used by the Void Ray as well. Oh, it's gonna retarget on the Stalkers, which it should not be doing. It looks like, oh, the Thor has to come back. It's probably gonna go get repaired, which is a bit unfortunate. If it had finished that Void Ray, that would have done it better. It's interesting how it elected to do that. I'm not sure why. It chose to prioritize the Stalkers, what the math was going on there. Yeah, anyway. We take a look here. That Thor should be getting repaired at some point, and there it goes. Is there another one going to be shuffling across the map, this time with Marine backup? So the attacks are looking pretty fierce. SCVs are following this one as well. So this attack is looking stronger. There is a command center on the way, so even if this attack fails, the game won't necessarily be over. Thor and Marines now engaging. It's just the one Void Ray. Is this Thor in the right mode? Yes, it is. High impact payload. This Void Ray prismatic lines. That's not a good sign. Looks like it picks off one of the Void Rays. That is the important part for this rush. As the important part for that rush, as it is whittling down the Protoss. Now, unfortunately, it didn't get too much else done. Those Thors are going to go all the way back home. At some point, I imagine there'll be 3 Thors, and there is now. 3 Thors, only 2 medivacs. There's the 3rd medivac. But these Thors do need to all be repaired. It's such an interesting approach that programmers used to do this. You go, okay, unlimited APM. So unlimited skirmishing with 0 losses. Now, whether that's actually going to be the case here or not, that's the question. The units out for Raiden is going up and up. 2 Immortals, 2 Void Rays is pretty darn good against any number of Thors. This one Thor's out. This time the Marines are there to support the Medivac. Has an obligation to this Thor, it seems, so it's just going to leave those Marines for the most part, which we're targeting the Nexus. This Thor working away on one of the Void Rays. Retargets though on another Void Ray. SCVs are here, but they're not repairing the Thor. Another Thor gets dropped on in. 1 Void Ray goes down. So far, 0 Thors dead. 2 Void Rays dead, 3 Void Rays dead. That's the 3rd one, right? And so, I mean, this is kind of working. Is another Void Ray going to die here? Yes, it is. Is this Thor going to get yet another one? It might. Where's the trigger point? Oh, it does hit the trigger point to be pulled out by that Medivac. Now, let's take a look. Thor's going back home, getting repaired endlessly by SCVs. There is a bit of a counterattack, just the 2 Immortals. And while Immortals are very good against Thors, there's Marines to back them up here, and there is 3 Thors. So these Immortals could be going a little bit too far. Is there a Medivac assigned to this Thor? No, there is not. So that Thor does just get abandoned there. Marines are pursuing the Immortals. Looks like one of them may die. A Thor coming on in. It's going to try and land on top of that, but gets dropped a little bit preemptively. Let's see, these Immortals are being forced to retreat, though. Is there another Thor crossing the map? There's currently 3 Thors out, following that one that died. So 2 crossing the map, and then a fresh one in tow. 2 Void Rays in the sky there. These Thors in their high-impact payload mode have no problem with this. This is such a good bot game. There we go, 2 dead Void Rays. Now it's just up to the Immortals to deal the defense, but, I mean, while Immortals are incredible against Thors, when they're outnumbered by the Thors, that does not bode too well for them. There is indeed a battery going up. That Protoss defensive tool. More Void Rays just getting picked off, though. These Thors with incredible efficiency. One of those Thors is getting worked on, but stays alive. 2 Immortals are there, but they're all going down. Now, is the Thor bot going to win against a Protoss bot that was making Void Rays and Immortals? Looks like it may. Oh, it doesn't quite kill that last Immortal, but look at the unit count. 3 dead Immortals, 8 dead Void Rays. The Protoss has 1 Void Ray and 1 Immortal up against 3 Thors. 3rd command center going up for Roro. 4th command center, pardon me. These bots and their macro does just sort of slip away. This is such a good game here. The fact that people program these bots is just truly fantastic. Okay, let's see. Thor's being repaired, crossing the map. What was the bot that was doing this, like, originally? Was it Micro Machine or Ben bot, perhaps, that did sort of similar things with Thors and BCs? The Roro isn't the first bot I've seen that does this. It seems to be the first bot that basically explicitly does this. Let's take a look. Thor working away on a Void Ray. Does it get one before it retreats? A bit of mistargeting there. The Thor does escape, though. Another dead Void Ray. Now targeting one of the Immortals. So yeah, the retargeting is a bit interesting here by Roro. I'm sure there's some good logic behind it, though. These 2 Thors going to make quick work of yet another Void Ray. 4 Void Rays are being produced at a time here, however, though, off the back of this great economy for Raiden. Getting up to 5 bases. These bots are all just microing and macroing while this is going on. Another Void Ray gets spared there by the Thor's retargeting, targeting the Immortals. Another Thor coming forward, though. At this point, it's just going to be a constant stream of Thors. We do need to see some more repair going down on these boys, though, as it's a long queue of Thors that needs some body work. Okay, another Immortal coming on in. Or another Thor, pardon me, going to work away on a Void Ray. Unfortunately, not targeting anything in particular, just putting all these units into the red. I wonder if that's like mistiming in the programming, potentially, to do with the Thor's attack delay, I wonder, or if that is just the bots doing what the bots doing, basically. Now let's take a look here. 2 more Thors, 3 more Thors moving on in. I love this. This is such a good game. Okay, 3 Thors moving on in with their Medivac support. This one landed in here, transforming mode. They're going to get some shots off, but they are very outnumbered here. Outnumbered and outgunned. Void Rays and Immortals for days. These Thors are going to be in more and more trouble as time goes on, as this Protoss is hitting that death ball. I didn't think the Protoss was actually going to be able to pull it off, but once Raiden started pumping out 4 Void Rays like a gold player, then things started looking a lot better, actually. It looks like that the Protoss bot has actually walled itself in its main base by building another Stargate. That's a big uh-oh, on account that 2 Immortals are trapped in the main. That's going to be dead supply. We'll see if the bot is going to correct this or not. This is the kind of behavior that some bots don't actually have counter behavior for. So we'll see how this is going to work. This one Thor has gone insane, engaging the Void Rays, not getting repaired, and then actually dying there when it very well could have escaped. So wonder what happened there. Maybe it's like loot got broke or something. I do not know. This Thor, though, making good work of some more Void Rays with another Thor there, too. These Medivacs have already used their boost, though, so those Thors are going to have a slow evacuation. They will escape nonetheless. Another Thor getting evacuated and escaping. This is ridiculous. How many Thors have actually died? 2 Thors have died. And they have been definitely getting some kills. 4 base against like 5, 7 bases at this point. The Protoss is approaching max. The Terran bot is approaching max too, a little bit slower. Making Thors, though, I would like to see some upgrades on the Thors at some point. If you're going to be massing Thors, you want the 3/3 Thors, you know? As the +1 attack actually makes a big deal on Thor's attacks. Like, big deal. Now, Protoss bot's still expanding more and more here. Now, more and more Thors are on the way, more Void Rays on the way. It literally is this is a Gold League game, except that the Thor player can micro like a god. Now, let's see another couple Thors being shoveled across the map. It's the endless dance. As far as resources loss goes, this should be more efficient for the Terran player, just due to the fact that repairing takes a lot less resources than losing units, but I don't know how that's actually displayed here on the screen. Thor's landing, pretty much getting evacuated right away. Getting a couple shots off. There's a couple more Thors coming on in. Will they get any Void Rays there? Not quite, but every single Thor survives, I believe. Void Rays getting worked on. Currently up to 15 dead this game. The Void Rays are getting more and more attack upgrades, though, which is concerning. We'll see if there's going to be long-term planning, like Flux Veins. These Immortals are still stuck here, though. This is a big issue for Raiden bot. Just goes to show that you can never have too much redundancy in your bot. Like, hey, do I have any units stuck in a main? Maybe I should try and check for that every now and then. Very difficult, though, to program that. Now, let's take a look here. Another Thor moving on in. I mean, as per has been the last 14 minutes of this game. This Thor getting some shots off. Not going to get any kills, though. It looks like, yeah, just bruising up these Void Rays a little bit here and there. Mostly shields, though, so really nothing too significant. Thor is going back to be repaired. This is quite a fleet, though, of Thors that is building up here. They're all in the red, though. Why are these boys not being unloaded? That's actually a big question. Will they be dropped ever, or is this a bit of a bug here for Roro? They keep boosting, interestingly enough. I wonder if that's because there's only 1 Thor to be repaired at a time, or what? That boy's not fully repaired, but yeah, uh-oh. I think we may have a glitch on the side of Roro now, as a lot of these Thors are tied up. We got Immortals stuck in the main for the Protoss bot. Thor is stuck in the main base for Roro. Unfortunately, for Roro, though, the Thors are actually the majority of its army, so I think that Raiden, just by building Void Rays, is going to be the victor here, as these Thors are not getting repaired. I wonder what happened here. Like, what bug happened that all these Thors are like, yeah, this is fine. Let's just keep doing that. Great game, though. but I do feel like Raiden is closing in for the kill. The 200 Void Ray fleet. How many Void Rays in total? 18. There's only 8 Thors. There's Immortals on the ground as well. These Thors are just panicking. They're like, why can't I be dropped? Why can't I be repaired? And the code does not answer. Yeah. So, I believe that's going to be the end of this game. What a game this was, though. I would love to see a rematch between these two. How it would go. Definitely going to cast Roro bot again if I see it, just to see if there's that similar sort of bug. It does just go to show how much work programmers put into their bots to do things like this, but then how much work you can truly put into your bot. There's an endless amount. So whenever I point out flaws in the bots that are kind of obvious like this, but you still gotta appreciate how much work has been done just to get the bots to this point. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. This has been one of my favorite bot games since getting back into casting them. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning in.